Hello, 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 my friends, and good morning. If it's Wednesday, it must be time for Wow. So welcome to our weekly show, Wow Wednesday, where we provide you with a midweek boost of motivation, education, and inspiration so that you're consistently moving forward, enjoying your life at its best, and growing your finances, growing your mission, and growing your income. Today is a super special day. We have got a double header for Wow. So we're broadcasting live right now at 9 a.m. Eastern, and then we'll be back with another show today at 12 p.m. Eastern. So be sure you come on back and join us with our second guest today, where we're going to be talking about podcasting and how to get booked on more shows. And the way that you're going to do that is by avoiding some mistakes that podcast guests make. And you don't want to do that. You want to be the guest that everybody welcomes to come back over and over and over again. So be sure to tune in at 12 p.m. today. Forgot to tell you, I am Nancy Matthews, and I'm one of the co-founders of Women's Prosperity Network. I'm here today with Debra R. Banks, and we're going to be talking about the 8 pearls of wisdom. Debra has been a member of Women's Prosperity Network. What are we talking? 6 years, something like that?
Probably more like 8.
Okay, well, the last 2 years were a blur, so no wonder I was confused about that. That makes perfect sense. But we are so grateful to have you with us and be sharing today, because one of the pillars that we always want to be focusing on in supporting the women in our community is talking about finances, because for too long it was a conversation women either shied away from or were shunned from having. So I love that this is the focus for today, and thank you so much for joining us.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes, yes, yes. Let me tell our listeners a little bit about you, and then we'll dive into these 8 pearls of wisdom for finances. So Debra Banks is an author and a speaker. She's also a certified health coach, yoga instructor, and NLP life coach. She is a 2-time graduate of the University of Virginia with both a master's in business administration and a Bachelor of Science in finance. She has been featured in Black Enterprise magazine and the Palm Beach Post newspaper. She calls herself the Chief Aging Enthusiast. Oh my gosh, I love that. She is the founder of the Fab Circle, which is a community inspiring and supporting women for fabulously aging better. The Fab Circle provides tools and resources that support women in fabulously aging, where you make aging happen for you instead of regular aging, where you let aging happen to you. And you can get more information at thefabcircle.com. So hi, Debra.
Hi, Nancy. Thank you so much for having me speaking to our community. And
it is our community. I love that you said that, because one of the things that really makes Women's Prosperity Network so special is the way you all connect and support each other and cheer each other on. And, that's what we need, more people being cheerleaders for others. So delighted that you could be here today. I want to ask a question. We'll dive into the 8 pearls of wisdom in a moment, but my first question starts with this fabulously aging piece. How did that come about for you? Like, how did you move on that path?
Well, I've always been a person that celebrate every birthday, and I consider aging living. And so every day that we hear is fabulous. And some people think of aging as a 4-letter word, but I think of it as a blessing. And it's not about how you look, although I try to look as best as I can for 65 years old.
You look fabulous.
So it's not about how you look, it's about how you live.
It's not about how you look, it's about how you live. That's a tweetable one. Yes, that's so true. And studies show if you're living well, if you're feeling good, if you're happy, you actually look better. You have less lines on your face. You're probably eating better food so that your skin is glowing more. Like it's so connected, right? And people focus on how they look more than how they live. And that can be like a defeatist cycle, I would think.
Yes, because we do have to accept eventual, a few more lines, and you can't stand up from the chair as quickly as you could, but it's still all about your life and inside out.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, let's dive into these 8 pearls of wisdom for finance.
Sure. So the first one is one that I've heard you all talk about before, which is that systems work. And so whether or not, and I have a system for personal finances. And so whether you're looking to clean out your garage or put together IKEA furniture, whatever you're doing, running your business, systems work. So I really believe in following systems. And the system that I follow for various parts of my life, and definitely the financial part of my life, is I do an assessment, and then I look for information, and then I take that information to create a mastery of my finances. And then periodically I do the same thing over again. So that's the system that I follow. So that's the first pearl of wisdom, is that systems work.
And if I heard correctly, in this part of the system that you have and that you share with others, it begins with an assessment, really looking at where you are, and so that you can create the map to where you want to go.
That's correct. And then when it comes to assessing your financial situation, I think of it as a financial house. And so your house is either in need of maintenance or repair, or maybe built from the ground up. So that's what the assessment helps you to do, is to figure out, where is my financial house based on guiding principles. So
I love that analogy.
Yeah, it's important to do the assessment. So therefore, you know where to prioritize and where to focus.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, what's number 2?
Okay, number 2 is actually one of my favorite. It's called the oak tree philosophy. And you may have heard of the oak tree philosophy slightly, but it really applies to finances, where the best time to have planted an oak tree is 20 years ago. And the next best time is today. So often when you're talking about finances, sometimes folks feel defeated about what they should have done 15, 20 years ago, but we just need to let that go. It's just about what is it that we're doing today. So if you it's the seeds that you plant today. So it would have been awesome if I had planted an oak tree 20 years ago, then I would have a nice big tall tree. But the second best time is today.
I love that. I love that. And I think that, doing the assessment and then using the oak tree philosophy, I think one of the things that can happen, and I know I've experienced this at times in my life, is like, I knew my finances weren't good, so I didn't even want to look at them or do the assessment, right? So
exactly,
that doesn't get us anywhere.
Right.
Being able to start right now, it doesn't matter what we did in the past.
Exactly. So so mindset is important, and then action is important. So the third pearl of wisdom is the percentage principle. And often when I talk to clients, they'll say, of course, if I was a millionaire, I would have no problems with finances. But it's not about the amount, it's about the percent. So someone who makes a lot of money could still be, not managing it correctly. So just to give you an example, the guiding principle is that 25% of your take-home pay should pay for your mortgage or your rent. And so it doesn't matter what the amount is, it's the percent that matters when it comes to these principles. Or when they say you should save 20% of your income, it's 20% of 50,000, or it's 20% of 500,000.
As long as you're following the principles, which goes back to number one, systems work.
That's right.
So follow the principles, and it doesn't make a difference, how much you're starting out with. When you follow the principles, everything will grow.
That's right.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. I love this. And I'm curious, you said 25% is for your mortgage or your rent.
That's right.
All right. Can you tell us some of the other percentages?
Well, you should always be saving 10% toward retirement, and 20% of your net income in savings or investments. Because yes, because one of the things that we often miss is the impact of inflation, which is, a very complex thing, but I try to break it down plainly.
Beautiful, beautiful. And let me mention, I see some comments on social media as well as in the chat. For those of us who are here with us on Zoom, we are going to take your questions when we get to about the halfway mark of the hour. So keep them coming, and we'll make sure that we get to that place of answering your questions. And that's one of the benefits of, wow, you get to talk with the experts. It's so good. All right, beautiful. Yeah, me too. All right, so we've got the percentages, and so what you're talking about today, we're going to obviously touch on the high points of these 8 pearls of wisdom, but you work with clients one-on-one. Is it part of what you do inside the Fab Circle as well?
It is, yes. Because what I forgot to mention is that the way that you age fabulously is through what I call the Fab Five, which is
Isn't that Queer Eye? Oh, come on, wait. The Fab Five, which I love.
It's a different Fab Five. The Fab Five are you age fabulously through finances, health, relationships, work, and play.
Okay, hold on. Finances, health, relationships, work, and play. Oh, I like that 5-5. Yeah, baby. All right.
So when you have that holistic approach, that's where the fabulous comes from, and better.
All right, and today we're talking about the finances piece,
that's
obviously.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, good, good. All right, so systems work, the oak tree philosophy, start today. The percentage principle, it's not about, how much income you have, but how you apportion the income that you do have. That's excellent. Correct. Okay, number 4.
4 is the holistic approach.
Okay.
Where you're looking at all the components of your financial picture and making sure that they all connect because they link. And if you're missing a link, then your financial house could fall down. And so what I mean by that is your budget determines what your emergency fund is. And your emergency fund, if you have a good emergency fund, you can probably use your credit better, and that makes your credit score better. And then when you have a good credit score, you can buy assets and reduce liabilities and have a better net worth. And then when you grow your net worth, you can then grow your retirement plan. And then in the end, something that people don't like to talk about is that you want to do estate planning. So those are the holistic approach. You want to look at all the pieces of your finances.
Yeah, beautiful. And as you bring more of this holistic approach, what I glean from that is it actually gives you more choices, more freedom and security. That's to right. Know where you're going. And that's, when we don't look at our finances, there's this could be an undercurrent of fear going on. Oh, I don't know if I have enough, and I worry. Your approach around all of this is to remove the fear, set up your system, do this holistic approach. I love it.
That's right. Bring more confidence and clarity. And it's also important to note that, as we said in the information, that personal finances impacts business finances. So it's another part of the holistic approach. Is it all connected together?
Yeah, love it.
And then pearl number 5 is that often you are revisiting information that you know, and sometimes you're learning new information. So for instance, something like budgets, often people say, oh, I know what a budget is, but there's probably some new things that you could learn about budgets, tips and disciplines around it and ways to look at it. So while you know about budgets, because we all know that budgets is just income minus expenses, we know that. So, but it's important to just really embrace what you know. I call it revisit what you know and introduce yourself to new things to learn.
Beautiful. So, so tip number 5 is to
revisit the information that you already know and be open to learning more.
Yeah, I love that. All right, number 6.
Number 6 is also one of my favorite ones. It's called a written plan. And we hear this all the time. If your plan is not written, you don't have a plan. You just have a wish. Especially when it comes to finances, because you can't have all those numbers and ideas and calculations in your head. You have to write them down. So that way you can check them and verify them and refer to them later. So if your financial plan is not written down, you don't have a plan.
All right, good. We are cruising along and we are going to open up for your questions. So be sure to keep them in mind, write them in the chat or in the comments, and we'll go ahead and get back to them in just a little bit. We've got 2 more of these 8 pearls of wisdom for finances that Deborah's dropping into us today. So let's go with number 7.
Number 7 is build financial muscle. You know how when you go to the gym, you start out with 25 pounds and then you get stronger. You can go to 35 pounds and then 50. So the same thing happens with building your financial muscle. So because some folks will say, I don't know where to start. And so in terms of something like saving. So we're going to use the percent principle again. We're going to save 5% of our income and then move it up to 10% and then move it up to 15%, because the guiding principle says you should save 20% or invest 20% of your income. So if you don't get all the way there, just build your financial muscle by doing a little bit at a time. And
start small. It's kind of like when you want to start exercising, you don't start on day 1, doing 150 crunches. We'll do 10 and then you'll do 15 and you want to build up to it. I love that concept, because the opposite effect that I think can happen is, so I hear, 25% on my mortgage or my rent, 10% for retirement, 20% for savings. And you're talking, I'm taking 30% out of my monthly income. I barely have anything left over at the end of the month and I'm always strapped. How am I supposed to do that? It could feel, defeatist and fateful.
Exactly. So you just start small and move up. And as far as the savings, the hack that I do for savings is having an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account and just increase it a little bit at a time.
Just like our Netflix, right? That comes out every month. Why are we giving Netflix all that money and you can't find $25 a month for yourself, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Beautiful.
And then the eighth pearl is that effort equals results. And so you have to do the heavy lifting. Those of us who have, created a system for building financial wealth, we've done the work. We've actually laid it out on paper and looked at it next month and see how we're doing and refer to it annually. It doesn't just like magically happen. You have to put in the effort to get results.
Yeah, beautiful. So let me do the recap of these 8 pearls of wisdom, and then I'm going to ask some clarifying questions on a couple of these, and then we'll open up for questions from the audience. So the 8 pearls of wisdom are systems work. And Deborah recommended that you start with an assessment where you're at so that you can map out where you want to go and look at the action steps to get there. Number 2 was the oak tree principle, which is about when is the best time to plant an oak tree? 20 years ago. When's the second best time? Right now. Yes, right now, today. I love that. Then we talked about the percentage principle, and we'll dive into that a little bit more. Number 3 was the holistic approach, really looking at a holistic approach for all of your finances. Number 5 is to revisit what you already know about money and finance and be committed to learn some new things. Love that. Number 6 is having a written plan. 7 is to build your financial muscles. Start just a little bit at a time and then build and build and build. And then number 8 is that effort equals results. Put the effort in and you'll get results. What I'd like to ask you is to dial in a little bit deeper on the written plan. So what is that? What kind of things are we looking at? It feels vague, so I'd like to take some action on this.
Sure. Well, I have a workbook that I give my clients where I ask specific questions, because one thing about it is there's these principles and these guidelines, you have to apply them to yourself and your own money and your own money goals. And so the written plan comes from specifically, I mean, it feels overwhelming, but really looking at your budget. I mean, I have my budget on an Excel spreadsheet. Everybody may not do that, but at least on a piece of paper, have all your planned budgets, and then I actually go back and look at and see how it compared to the projected compared to the actual. And then as far as a written plan, even when it comes to like my credit score, I know that there are specific actions that you can take to improve it. And I also know that you want to check it annually. So it's just really having a written plan around each of those areas.
I'm going to ask, what are some of the things that we can do to improve our credit score?
Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to pull your credit report, because the statistics are that 20% of them have errors on them.
Okay.
And then that way you can also detect fraud or anything that's wrong and that kind of thing. So that's the first thing. You want to correct anything that's wrong.
Right. And you got to look at it. So it's, again, you can't be the ostrich with your head in the sand. Look at the credit report. What is on there that may be adversely affecting your score that's incorrect?
That's right. And one other one is that they recommend the score is based on how much credit you're using. So it's recommended that you use somewhere between 20 and 40% of the credit available.
So if I have a $10,000 credit line, don't max it out all the way.
That's right. If possible, that's right. Because the more you're up to the credit line, the more negative it is on your score. And the other is, which can get kind of complicated, but you want to, the longer you have something, the better it is. So if you have a credit, if you have an account, it might be better to pay it down and leave it there than to close it. Of course, it depends on the situation, but credit history does matter too, how long you've had the account.
So because I hear people say, oh, I only have one credit card. I wasn't using them. I got rid of all of them. So they might only have one credit line available. Is that not necessarily suggested?
If your credit will allow, I would rather have 2 cards available and not close out ones that I've had before that I had good history on them. If you have good history on something, you want it to stay on your account. Right.
And good history, I presume, looks like I charge something and I pay it off. Do the banks like when you pay it off completely, or do they want you to carry a little bit of a balance?
Okay, so the banks do not want you to pay it off quick.
Right, they want the interest.
But the credit reporting agencies do want you to pay it
Okay.
off as quickly as possible.
And that improves your score.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, good, good, good. And we're going to go to questions from the audience in just a couple of minutes. I know that, well, tell us more about the Fab Circle, because, and you've got an invitation for people to start to work with you. So I want you to describe that and tell us more about the Fab Circle.
Sure, right. So the Fab Circle is a community to surround yourself with
Fabulous women.
That's right. I was going to say tribe. So that's
okay.
It's the T. It's to surround yourself with tribe, other fabulous women, to surround yourself with tools and tips around the Fab Five. So that's what it is. And so, and then the idea is to eventually, have when we can travel, where we actually get together and circle around each other. So the Fab Circle is just a community for not just embracing aging, but loving aging and supporting one another and learning all the ways to age fabulously through the Fab Five.
I love it, which is finances, the Fab Five. So you may not get Anton and Anthony and Tan and Karama. Oh, do you watch Queer Eye?
I don't.
Oh my gosh. If you love Queer Eye, please put it in the chat, because I love that show. It is so uplifting and amazing. And I love all five of the guys. Anyway, right. Let our audience know about the 2022 special that you put together.
Sure. Well, the 2022 special that I put together obviously is for 2022 and beyond, because once you have the plan, you can use it forever. So it is for now and beyond. And it's called the AIM Finances courses. That's because it takes you through the system that I spoke about, which is assessment first, and then it provides information. And then the mastery comes by applying that information and creating your own plan using the mastery workbook. And the course is typically $49. And then I'm also, for WPN, offering a special bonus consultation, which is worth $50. So the whole thing is 80% off at $20.22. And so for the first 12 people that purchase the product, the course is it's a digital course. And it takes you through the 8 pearls of wisdom and all of the holistic approach and all of that. And there's a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you don't see that you have improved your finances by more than $20.22, just send me an email and I'll send your money back.
Love it. Love it. A simple system to apply to your finances for Fab Finances. I love that. And $20.22 plus it includes a consult with you.
That's right.
Awesome. Beautiful. So be sure to go to thefabcircle.com and you'll get the, what is it called? The AIM?
Yeah, AIM Finances course, which stands for Assessment, Information, and Mastery. Yes.
Oh, we like that. Assessment, Information, and Mastery. So go to thefabcircle.com and go ahead and grab this beautiful special and have the opportunity for that one-on-one with Debra Banks. So let me go ahead and take some questions. And let me go to Erica Messer. She's got a question about, do all these systems that you're talking about today, and Erica, if you want to unmute yourself, we'd love to have you come on.
Sure.
There we go. Go ahead and ask your question. Welcome, Erica, from Germany, right?
Yes, yes. Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
So
I,
I had two questions actually. And the first one was, if my income is different month to month, how do I take percentages? And I kind of answered it because I thought, well, I added up at the end of the month and there's my percentage. And
that's
if I
right.
can't invest that month, I can't invest.
That's right.
The second question was, do these systems apply to both personal and business, such as the credit card usage? Is it exactly the same?
Mm.
Yes, yes. Those
Okay.
principles apply to for personal finances and business finances, because you want systems that work in your business. You want a written plan that work in your business. So yes,
Okay. Thanks.
Beautiful.
Great.
thank you.
Awesome. Glad to have you with us, Erica. And you asked some questions that others have as well. I'm certain of that. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and take your questions, Barbara Ellison.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, beautifully,
Yes.
my
Okay.
friend.
Perfect. You know what? This was great. And one of the things that really struck me is that this system, it's absolutely for finances, but you know, I'm thinking of other ways. It's like, ooh, I could use it to help with that. And just that the system. But I would like to know, what are the five fab again? The
Okay.
finances, health,
Relationships
relations. I'm taking notes, and it was like, oh, what did
It was fast, yeah.
it was
and
fast.
work, and work, which is either your job, your career, or your volunteer, and then
Right.
play.
And play.
We have
You know,
to
and
play.
that's right. And that's one of the things that I think that we, especially women, we don't take the time to play, and we don't take the time to celebrate the things that we're doing well. We always beat ourselves up for the things we're not doing, but we don't celebrate the things that we are doing. So
Exactly.
I love that. So thank you so much. That's cool.
Well, and Barbara, one thing, you are exactly correct. The AIM system is not just for your finances.
Yeah.
I am going to apply it to all five. You need to assess
Right.
your health, get information on your health, and master your health.
Right. And I think one of the things for me, and this is just, is the play. The thing that I just said is,
yes.
I have to admit right at this moment, I don't think I take enough time to play.
Okay.
Do things that I really enjoy. So the out of work, because I enjoy what I do, but
You know what,
I have
Barbara?
to take some time to play.
Me too. And one of the things that I've learned over the years, because my work is my play.
Right.
But
Thank you.
Here's what happens though. If I don't actually schedule playtime, and I'm very grateful that I have my children and my sisters that remind me to play. So I actually have to schedule it in. What happens over time is I refer to it as two-dimensional, and as opposed to three-dimensional. So I'm going to go out to the park. I'm going to go, visit some friends. I'm going to go shopping. Like, it's really, we who love our work so much need to actually schedule playtime, because it's essential. Yeah.
Right. One of the things that I do schedule is time to stand up. I set a timer when I'm at home to make sure that I stand up.
Great tip.
Okay.
So important to stand up, because otherwise 2 hours go by and I'm like, oh brother, I haven't stood up.
Absolutely. Well, and let me say that one of the things that I notice about adding in more play that leads to a more fabulous life and a more fabulous business is when I step away, I come back even more creative and fulfilled and joyous. It's really good. So start scheduling your playtime.
Yeah. Thanks, Nancy. Yeah, I needed that. I needed to hear that I wasn't the only one that I love what I do. So consequently, I feel like, oh, I am playing, because I'm playing at this. Yeah, no, you're not. You're working.
Go do something else.
Go do something else. Thanks.
Thank you, Bob.
Thanks,
awesome.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead to Olivia Jones.
Hello, I have a question about budgeting. So my sister is like so on point with her budget. She does every dollar, and which is like so awesome. Her personality is completely different from mine. I have it in my head, how much I'm spending, which is probably not good, but I've heard of value-based budgeting. Are you familiar? And would you suggest that? Because based on my personality, I have an idea of, I know what my bills are. She and I live together. So she takes care of like the major house portion of the finances in terms of the mortgage, if anything comes up in terms of anything that needs to be fixed in the home. And then I'm responsible for like the light bill every month. Okay. And then whatever my personal bills are. But then I think I have this cushion, and in my mind, I think I have this cushion, and then I end up, different things come up. Like I had to spend additional monies on like so I don't have the personality to do every dollar. Well, I know that's not
remember the percentage principle.
Oh, okay.
So whatever amount that it has, so that's one principle. And then there's another guideline for budgets, which is called 50-30-20.
Oh, okay.
Where 50% goes to your needs, 30% goes to your wants, and 20% goes toward your savings and investing.
Wait, do that again. Do that again.
It's called 50-30-20.
Okay.
50% of your income goes towards your needs, and 30% towards your wants, and 20% towards savings and investing. And it may force you to, like Nancy was mentioning Netflix earlier, sometimes you may have that in your need column.
And it needs to go on.
You need to move it up. Yeah. It forces you to think about what's really a need.
I love that.
Okay, let me ask you one more question, because so tithing is essential for me. So am I going to put that in my 50%?
Yeah, if that's a need for you, then it's in your 50%.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then what you may want to do is to buy the course, because it takes it through, provides those principles and gives you a way to apply it to your own finances. It's not just principles in the air. The course helps you to think about.
Oh, yeah, I went ahead and registered.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I registered. I'm looking forward to connecting with you. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Okay. Awesome. Great questions. Thank you for that. Let's go to Angela Nelson. I saw your hand up.
Hi, actually, she just answered my question. I was hoping she would break down the percentage principle. And thank you so much, because that makes it so easy.
Right.
And thank you for the gift that you are sharing with us as well. I am signing up too, and I'm so excited, and I am looking forward to joining the Fab Circle because it sounds absolutely fabulous.
Awesome. I look forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, well, and we did. So thank you, Angela. And we actually had a question. So we go to thefabcircle.com. We can get the AIM course. How do we become part of the Fab Circle? Is there anything else? Is it a group on Facebook, or?
It's a group on Facebook, and it's called the Fab Circle. Yes.
Find it on the Facebook. All right. Beautiful. So good. All right. Let's keep going to Betsy Rossum. Hi, Betsy.
Good morning. And Deborah, thank you so much. The effort equals result. It sure stood out for me. So many times we hear people talk about financial prosperity and abundance, and the word budget never enters. I've spoken to many people, and you go, so what's your budget? And they look at you like you've fallen out of the sky. And I have to tell you that when I started paying attention and really honing in to my finances, automatically it became more abundant. You know,
Yeah.
my credit score is over 800. And you know what? People don't understand. When you have a good credit score, you get in the mail all these 0% interest rates on stuff, you know, and it's like, so we have our cars paid off, credit card I use every month for everything and pay it off at the end of the month. And I end up with, gosh, lots of, I have a cash back on the credit card. So I get money back for using it. So I'm not paying any interest, but I'm getting money for using it.
Yeah, which is fantastic.
Yeah. And in department store credit cards, you know, they ask you to join and give you a sale. You get 30% off.
Don't do it.
And it's the worst credit you can have on your credit score. Yeah, you're better off paying full price and getting that 20 or 30% off for opening it. But thank you so much for giving us this wisdom that is so, so, so needed. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Love you, my friend. Thank you for sharing and being with us today. And kudos on what, you know, how you're approaching it and really having those fab finances.
And I'm at the point of retire, you know, Ray and I are retirement ages. And so we're like, you know, we're not quote saving money so much as we're utilizing the retirement fund that we have, which is really nice. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you,
all right.
Betsy.
Thank you, Betsy. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go to Laura Barker next.
Good morning.
Hi.
Deborah, I don't even know how to express the gratitude I have for what you've shared today. I want you to know, we don't know each other, but we will because I'm taking your course. But the thing is, I've got 3 businesses. I've got accountants, I've got bookkeepers, I've got business advisors. And I want you to know that not one of them has shared the kind of wisdom that you've shared today, the practical wisdom and these nuggets. I can't wait to dive into them and really begin to feel good about my money and not want to look at my bank account. I mean, it's like managing your abundance. That's really what it sounds like this is about, right? Creating and managing your abundance. And I feel like you kind of opened my eyes to that today.
Right.
And just, guys, $20.22. Are you kidding me?
I know.
Are you kidding me?
That's what I spend on a bottle of wine that's gone in an hour.
Right.
Did I admit that?
You did just say that out loud. That was out loud, Nancy. Yes.
Well, Laura, thank you for saying that. You said that I give you some nuggets. My superpower is breaking down the complex issues of finance and money and breaking it down to easy to understand nuggets.
You know, and you've done it. I mean, I can't wait to dive into it more, but 50, 30, 20, I can get behind that. That's simple, right?
Right.
I love simple. Who does it, right? I'm tired of somebody's, so I got a P&L sheet, right? Profit and loss sheet. I don't know what this thing means. I just, you know, I mean, I sort of do, but you know, dang, they're complex, right?
Well,
and
thank you.
I just love you. I love this. Thank you. I can't wait to be involved in the Fab Circle and just, oh my goodness. So glad I got up. And I don't get up early often. But
today was worth it.
I got up for you. I got up on purpose so I would not miss this. And I'm so glad I did. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Laura, for sharing, and glad that you're here. I see that lots of people, I'm seeing texts and messages, they're getting the course, so make sure you go to thefabcircle.com. $20.22 includes her course and a one-on-one with her. A couple of questions about the Fab Circle. You're piquing everybody's interest with this. Are you planning on doing in-person events too to bring the women together?
Oh, I am. Those are the T's. It's tribe, tools, tips, and travel.
Okay.
So the idea, I mean, I was still hoping that in 2022, I will have a retreat where we will get together and talk about the Fab Five and support one another. And I have the retreat all planned out in my head. I just need to be ready to do it.
Beautiful. All right, good. That answers that question. All right, let's go to our next caller, Deborah Morrison, another brilliant financial industry expert guiding women at Women Navigating Finances. Hello, Deborah.
Hey, hello, Nancy and Deborah. You did not disappoint in the least, and I am certainly interested in furthering our professional relationship for sure and personal. What I loved about the wealth of knowledge, and every pun intended, that you shared is that you so effectively normalized, Deborah, finance, because my experience has been that women in particular, because we've been so poorly socialized for the most part, especially older women, we have finances kind of outside our periphery. It's kind of like over here, like in a separate silo. Like we can do the common sense things that which are hardwired for. We can raise the kids if we have them. We can keep the family together. We can budget the food and put meals on the table, and we can do all these other things. But somehow we have failed, I think, to bring finances into the mainstream, right into our focal point, and apply the same common sense and your 5 principles. I think that's completely brilliant. Congratulations.
Perfect.
And the second comment I have is, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, you and I need to get together. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oops.
Clearly, you guys need to get together. There's no doubt about it. Or doubt about it, one of those things. I think we might have lost Deborah, and I know that the two of you will connect. So glad that you're here. Let's go to Tiffany Peterson Felder next.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Kudos to you, Ms. Deborah. Good morning, everybody. I've actually been in the financial service industry for 25 years, and I just want to say, Deborah, what you just shared was amazing. I have to give the same sentiments that you breaking things down and using that method that we talk about, the KISS method. I wanted to reach out and hug you this morning because just looking at the reaction of especially women being excited about jumping into their finances and taking it by the reins. It's just the opposite of when I first started in the industry, where we weren't even allowed in, or we were actually shunned from it. And I just want to say I'm so proud of you. And I did have one question.
Sure.
I'm going to reach out to you because I believe that we definitely get to connect and do some cooperation.
I was just thinking that too, Tiffany.
Oh my goodness, definitely. We got to get together because I got about 150 agents that they're tired of hearing my voice, but yours is so appealing and you look great too. I was like, oh, she's got to actually join what we're up to because we're really on a mission. But I did have a question. I was just wondering, as far as the course is concerned, is it more like self-guided or is it that we're with you each week? How does that part work?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked that. It's self-paced. So when you purchase the course, there's 9 modules and you just do them at your own pace. Of course, effort equals results. So you want to work through it.
Oh, good one.
and create your written plan.
Got it. Put in the work. But yeah, giving us our own time to do it. So my time might be early morning while somebody else is doing it at night. It doesn't matter as long as we're getting it done.
It's self-paced.
I love
self-paced.
it.
Love it. Thank you, Tiffany, for what you're doing to elevate finances and wealth and happiness and prosperity. You're doing good work in the world, my friend. Awesome.
God bless her. You're the main one right there, Miss Nancy. You pull it all together. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's the community rocks, I must say. And it's because all of you are part of it. Like we often say, the sisters, when we have like our team meetings, I'm like, oh my gosh, did you hear about this one? Did you see this one? Oh my, like we open the doors and the most extraordinary, brilliant, and loving women show up. So thank you all for doing that, for showing up and being your best. All right, we're going to keep going on. I see that Evie's has her hand up.
Hello, good morning, and thank you so much. This is a wonderful Wednesday. Thank you so much for the topic today, and you guys look fabulous and awesome. So my question is, I definitely have to face my financials. So this is really important to me. So my question is, what is the easiest and fastest way to increase your credit?
Well, the easiest and fastest way, it depends on your personal situation. If you already have credit, then you want to make sure that you pay it on time If you don't have credit, then you want to get secure credit, more so than like department store credit. So when you purchase the course, it has all the details that you can then apply to your personal situation. And of course, during the one-on-one consultation, we can talk, if you like, to whatever extent you feel comfortable about your personal situation.
Beautiful.
That sounds great. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Awesome. Good, good, good. Thank you for being with us. Great question. And again, get the course, 9 modules, what? And a 101 for $20.22. Yes, less than the bottle of wine I might buy. Anyway, we'll go ahead and grab that right now. And let's go ahead and open up for Peg Duchesne.
Good morning, Deborah. Thank you so much. I have signed up for the course. I am on the waiting list to get into the Fab Circle Facebook page. And I saw you had another gift you're giving us as well. It's just so great. So thank you so much. I don't have a question. I just wanted to pour on more appreciation, echo what some other people have said. This is just really awesome. You know what they say, when the student is ready, the coach shows up.
Perfect.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Looking forward to joining my sisters in the Fab Circle and taking this to a whole new level with our finances in 2022. Yay.
Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Peg. Love you, girl.
Love you too. And thanks for always bringing us the perfect people in the middle of the week to motivate us, inspire us, encourage us, and give us all the tools we need to be even more successful. So yay. Thank you, Deborah. Forward to getting to know you even more.
All right, my beautiful, and want to remind everyone, so thank you, Peg, for that. It's our pleasure and purpose to bring you extraordinary women together and, you know, with these tools to advance. And everyone remember, come back. Today's a wow double header, 12 p.m., the same phone number you dialed into, the same Zoom link that you just got on, the same Facebook group. I'm going to be back at 12 o'clock talking with Nancy Jutton about podcast guesting so that we can get your message out to the masses.
I'm going to be back too.
Okay, good. Perfect. Perfect. Let me go ahead and open up for Philomena.
Oh, that's exciting. Thank you.
You're so cute.
And I haven't, yes, thank you. I haven't been on for so long and I've been traveling. I love these principles. They really align with my holistic, W-H-O-L-E. You know, my superpower is to create simple phrases and acronyms for my clients toward better days. And better days is my last name. So I love the fast approach. And as I said, I've been on a pleasure trip for 3 weeks. So pleasure is, you know, business with pleasure. I love it. Yeah, I mix work and play all the time because it feels as if it doesn't feel like fun. Oh, it's just too much work. I can't enjoy it. Fortunately for me, I have loved numbers since I was 16, taking care of my parents, my family's bakery and pizzeria. We used to say, well, we make so much dough. We have enough to give away. So it's been 50 years of accounting and financial industry. So I love your formulas. And I just want to say thank you that I'm aligning with your Fab Five and I love your circle. And as I said, I was away for a pleasure trip because I just found something that was very lucrative to fund the dream.
I know about that, Philomena, and you are good at that.
and it's amazing how much easier your work can be, how much fun your work can be when you're not doing it just for the, not just for the money, but to provide for your family and create the funds required to live in any kind of day, but especially to be healthy. And I love this. Thank you so much. And I'm glad I joined today.
Me too. Me too. Thank you for being with us, Philomena. All right, beautiful. Ciao for now. And I see Angela Nelson, you have your hand up. Did you have a question?
Yes, actually I do. Thank you
Beautiful.
so much. And I did sign up as well. Thank you so much for these gifts again. And you're just a wonderful speaker. And Nancy, thank you. I echo what Peg said, that you bring us the best people. And I just am so appreciative of this. So thank you. Thank you. I did have a quick question. It's kind of hindsight, no pun intended. I just had eye surgery recently. And did you like that?
That was really good.
And I had a chance to use what's called care credit, or I could pay it on my own. And I didn't need care credit, but would it have behooved me, would it have been better to use care credit, to use it as an additional way of building my credit rather than just pay it on my own?
Well, care credit is, it's what helps better on your credit is when you have something that's tied to a like a mortgage or a car. So some of the revolving credit things can have a negative impact. I mean, I'm thinking if they didn't charge any interest, then maybe it's okay.
Right. I think if I'm not mistaken, the way care credit works is, let's say it was $10,000 for the surgery or the procedure, because I used it when I had some dental work done.
Right.
They finance the whole thing and give you 18 months or 12 months to pay it off.
Yes.
At zero interest.
Yes.
So, but does that make it look like you've got a credit line maxed out?
The good thing about it is not a revolving credit. What the credit bearers do not like is a credit account that you can keep charging on, you know, like a store credit and that kind of, so that one isn't as negative as like a department store credit card.
So this one's pretty good then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Good to know for the future, right?
Yes. Hopefully no more eye surgeries.
Yes.
But if anything else comes up, then I will utilize the care credit. Just have
There you
something else
go.
on there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, beautiful. And again, let me mention, go to thefabcircle.com, get your AIM 9-module course and a one-on-one with Deborah for just $20.22. And I believe Deborah Morrison came back in and had one more thing. She lost her Bluetooth. Deborah Morrison, would you like to unmute yourself? I believe she's here, but maybe not. Something may have happened. Deborah, you there?
Yes,
Well,
I am here. Thank you.
There you go.
One thing that other people have not mentioned in appreciation for your message today, Deborah, is something I want to completely bring to the fore, and that is, you mentioned what you know. Let's consider what you already know, and let's open our imagination to being introduced to what we don't know. And you know how that happens? You put yourself in the space of financial professionals. So when you tuned in this morning before 9 a.m., you didn't know all the things that we've been talking about that we appreciate Deborah mentioning. And how do we know it now? We tuned in to a coach with experience, prowess, education, a resume that really is second to none. I mean, this woman has the multiplicity of areas covered. She understands life, health, the interconnectedness between that and finances, and she's a coach. And I can assure you that as a financial coach myself, I sometimes chew the inside of my cheeks when I especially was in practice, when people would come and they would already have made their big decisions, thinking they handled it fine because they probably Googled it. And when I think, oh my gosh, we could have saved this person $40,000. Oh, this didn't need to happen. Of course, I would put a good face on it and say, here we go from here, and we'll make, we'll make lemonade out of these. I'm saying this to myself, but the point is the vast knowledge and the tips and tools and the cliff notes to save us time, energy, and financial costs. That's what we want to keep tuning ourselves into, whether it's finance, health, fitness, eating, or whatever. So keep on, and access the professionals. We are here in every field, And this network environment provides the opportunity to do that. So that piece, which we don't know, is that which I want to completely applaud our curiosity about being introduced to it.
Great. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Deborah. And, you know, to Deborah's point, I love the simplicity and the formulas. We love formulas that you gave us with these guidelines. And, you know, point number 5 on your 8 pearls of wisdom is to revisit what you know and learn more. And that's why, you know, I'm going to get the AIM course. That's why I'm a part of Deborah's community that she has, Women Navigating Finances, which is another great place for you to all go. There's a Facebook group called Women Navigating Finances. Let's jump in, because the Dalai Lama said, the world will be saved by the Western woman.
That's right.
And we have the resources available to us that so many women in the world do not have. I actually take it on, it's our responsibility to step up as much for ourselves as for other women. So I want to thank you, Debra Banks and Deborah Morrison and Tiffany and Betsy, everybody, and Philomena. Like, we're in this, we're doing this together, and we can do it, right, Deborah? We can do it, women.
That's right.
All right, everyone. Again, Deborah, thank you so much for joining us today and offering so much value to our community today. And then with your AIM program, I appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
My absolute pleasure and purpose. And because I love doing this so much, join us again today, 12 p.m. Eastern, same bat time. No, wrong, different bat time, same bat channel. 12 o'clock Eastern, same Zoom or phone number that you dialed into with Nancy Judd. And we're going to talk about how to take your message to the masses. Have a beautiful morning, everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye, Deborah.
Bye-bye. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Have a fabulous day.
Have a fabulous day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome, everyone. Bye.
Bye.